Hey YouTubers, and welcome back here to ESGNet Radio, and we're here today as we have a very rare interview with one of the top coaches in NCAA right now. Last year's national champions, the Highland Scotties head coach, Coach Teddy Bonds, is going to be here live with us here in just a moment. As of course, the Highland Scotties have a big game coming up here this weekend, taking on LSU. If you remember 2 or 3 seasons ago, I'm not sure how long it was, but it's been recent. The Highland Scotties played against the LSU Tigers there and LSU, and it was a great game, back and forth game, the type of high scoring game you like to see for some of us, maybe not for everybody, but at the end of the day, LSU pulled it out with a great defensive play, picked it off, took it back for a pick six, and that was the end of the game. LSU won the game very quickly there in overtime, and there was a lot of bragging rights from LSU. LSU said that Highland had no chance of being the national champions. Of course, Highland went on to win the national championship, and that would happen to be, I believe, their second year in a row. They were back-to-back champions. Or actually, they just won their first national championship on their way winning their second one. So right now, I'm being told right now that Coach Teddy Bonds is on the radio right now. Coach Teddy Bonds, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
All right. So, Coach, this is very rare. You don't do too many interviews, especially post-game or pre-game interviews, but we got a chance to actually wrestle you down and get a chance to talk to you about this. I know you're a busy man. I know you don't have much time, but we want to talk about this game coming up this weekend. It's a big game. It's a revenge game. You guys already played them at a neutral site, and then you made an agreement with LSU to play the third game here. They're back at LSU. Why is that? What kind of statement are you trying to make, or was that agreement that LSU wanted? Or, honestly, it was a statement. Not too much. I tell my boys on the field to leave it all on the field. But ever since we've won the national championship now, here in the last 3 out of the last 4 years now, we've been kind of disrespected. Wasn't really expecting us to go to the be in the national championship scene that quickly. But with, I guess, with the prestige, the coaching prestige I have with a lot of people in the business, and just being a good team builder, a lot of young men have wanted to come to this small school and believe in what we believe in. And I just tell these young men that this is a no-nonsense team. You learn the fundamentals, and that if you know the fundamentals, that's how you're going to win the game. Some people say I'm an old, throwback from the old days. I don't do too much of the old school stuff. I am a coach's player. But I do believe just working on the fundamentals, that's the cornerstone of every team. Just be able to know how to tackle or how to wrap up. If you can do those small things in a game, especially in practice, if you can do that in practice and you carry that to the game, you're going to win games. Now, are you going to win every game? No. But it was a statement. We're hoping that we can go to LSU this year and show them, hey, we've won 3 national championships in the last 4 years. You need to respect us. And in order to do that, we're going to have to go in there and we're going to have to really put it to them. I promised my wife I wouldn't swear here on air, but yes, I just really believe that we can go in there and we can defeat them. They really got lucky. They played a hell of a game last time we were here, and of course we defeated them in a neutral site in Dallas there in Jerry World. But we want to go in there and we want to see what we can do and try to defeat them there in their own house. And then maybe somewhere down the road we can, we beat them there. They can, we'll invite them up to Highland for the first time and take them on there. So this is a big game for all of us. A lot of these young men were not here. There's a couple players that might have been there for that game that were really disappointed. But for the most part here, this is, we're really going to try and make a statement here for this game. All right, and and like I said, you don't do too much post-game stuff. because you what is said, your voice pretty much, you say, and I've heard you say with the few interviews you've done, your voice is how the players play, and how they play is how the game went, how you felt like the game turned out to be, and you don't want to say too much because you want to have the focus on them, and it's not about you. Yeah, you're right. It is about the boys. These young men here. They put, they're student athletes, true student athletes. I try to tell them that you're here to learn, to get an education, and to become a better person in life. And hopefully, with that discipline of learning something, and most importantly, trying to get a degree, you can carry that on to whatever you do in life. Especially if you're not playing, pro sports. I've had a lot of young men go through my program, to different places, in Nebraska, Virginia, and a couple other places. We'll be here all day naming the places I've been to in the years past, but it's great, nice. I tell these young men, hey, you're here first and foremost, get an education. A lot of these young men come from disenfranchised places, and a lot of them don't have father figures, and I don't try to be their father figure. I just try to be their guy to help them in life. And personally, I'm not, I tell them I'm not perfect at all, and I don't expect them to be perfect, but I do expect them a lot out of them on the field, or actually, I expect a lot of them on and off the field. So it's important for me. It's really important that we drill this in their head. Not military style sometimes. I mean, depending on the player. But I'm really trying to get to know my players by first name and get to know where they come from and pretty much I can pretty much tell you who are some of these players that they're special to me. All of them are special to me. And this year, especially like Reed right now. Reed is having a great season right now, and he's just playing so well. Yeah, Coach, speaking of that, Reed, he's a sophomore. He's being talked about like last a couple weeks here. He's been playing really good. He's been involved. There's been talk of him being a Heisman Trophy candidate. Do you believe that he can be a Heisman Trophy candidate? Do you believe as a redshirt sophomore he has a chance to win this? To be honest, yes. I mean, anything's possible. We got a lot of tough games coming up here, and this is going to really test his mettle. It's going to really test his mettle here, and I truly believe that anything's possible. I really, truly, you have to ask him that if he thinks he's going to win it. I would love to see him win it. I haven't had a Heisman Trophy winner since my first year, and that was Kason. And that young man, he transferred from I can't think of the top of my head here, but he was a third string, and when I see him, on game tape and stuff, I'm like, there's no way this kid's third string. This kid has to be a first stringer. Did he have some issues on the field there? Yeah, he didn't have too much playing, but it was a weird year that year for the Heisman Trophy, and he just had the numbers today. He got the votes to get himself in there, and of course now he's playing the pros right now. So, and best of luck to him and everything. He's been doing so well there. Oh yes, he has. He has been doing very well. So we'll see. But from your perspective, you think Reed is a good player? You think he'll win the Heisman? Like I said, you have to ask Reed that. Jasper Reed he's a very intelligent kid, and he's got a very promising future for himself. I wish the best for him. He's going to have a great year, but he's going to have a tough road to get there. We got a lot of tough teams like Texas. Right now, Texas is not playing very well, but even when Texas is not playing really well, they're still a threat. So I think that's just something I tell the boys, I should say boys, young men. These are young men here. These young men, I just tell them to take one game at a time. Don't think too far ahead, and don't worry about the individual acclimates, because if you're all playing good as a team, you're doing well, then you'll be noticed for what you can do on the field there. So I'm not the best coach in the world, but I just believe in that, and so far it's worked for me, and that's what I'm trying to pass off to my young men on this team and whatnot, and of course what they can do in life. All right, thanks, Coach Teddy Bonds. I know you have you're very busy. You got a game getting ready for. You got practice, as a matter of fact, you're getting ready to get into. So we're going to take a time out here. We're going to talk to Coach Teddy Bonds here in just a little bit more. We're going to talk to him. Hopefully we can talk to you here in the near future, I should say, because I love talking to you off, just privately. I talked to you before many times, and you're a good coach. You know what you're doing. You're one of those great coaches out there that's putting together a really good program, and I cannot wait to see what you guys do there this year. Well, thank you very much, DJ Rashizi, and I really enjoy your show. So thank you. All right. Well, thank you, Coach Teddy Bonds, and we'll be back for more here as we'll wrap up the coaches, the college section of this portion of the show, and we'll get into the pros here. A lot of things going on, and we'll talk more about what's going on in the NFL right now, here in a bit. We're going to take a quick break here on ESGN Radio. What's going on, ESGN Nation, and welcome back to another episode here on ESGNet with NCAA Football 14, as we are back here with another episode for the Highland Scotties Team Builder Dynasty. This is episode 75. We're in week 4, and we are in LSU. We're here in Louisiana taking on the LSU Bayou Tigers, and today is going to be a day here as we're getting ready for this game. Now, last time we were here, we lost in overtime, and that was 2 seasons ago. But since then, we played them in a neutral site there in Texas, and we won that game. And we decided to come back here to see if we can defeat them here on their own turf. Now, last week, LSU lost a game against NC State, lose that game 49-42. Now, our former OC, Alan Lawrence, is now the head coach of the Tigers, is their guy here, and we're gonna try to see if we can bring him down. Now, before he came to LSU, he was with San Diego State, and then before that, he started his coaching career with us as an OC. Now we're gonna see what he can do here this is the second time we're actually going to be facing him as a head coach with LSU, because the first time we met him, he was here at LSU. He was a head coach, and that was that game that we had in neutral site there. I think it was in Dallas about 2 seasons ago. Well, now we're gonna try to see if we can try to defeat them there. Like I said, in season 3, we got defeated by LSU with a different coach here, and we lost in overtime. Lost in OT. Through an interception that when they took back for a pick 6. You can actually watch the video. I'll leave a link there in the or maybe a link down below where you guys can catch that game out. It was a tough game, and it just did not bring too much joy to us as we were just starting our program there. We thought we can come in there, take over, and be the underdog and go in there and win a game here in Death Valley, but that is not the case here in that one. But it's going to be a different story now. We got a different same coach. We got different coaching staff now, better players now, and we're hoping that we can, of course, rewrite history and win this one in regulation. Now, Brandon Page there, you see his numbers there just a while ago. He is a front runner here for the Heisman Trophy. And of course, they would love to have. This will be a great great platform here for him to do so and show what kind of player he is, and try to get him, further into that, ballot there, get some more votes casted for his way for the Heisman this year. Of course, they got some other great players here, especially defensively for them. And of course, it's going to be just a hell of a game here from both sides. Not to mention Jasper Reed, our quarterback for the Scotties. Last game he was 17 for 25, 308 yards, 3 touchdowns, but there was of course an interception towards the end there. But he is also considered a Heisman Trophy candidate, at least a dark horse candidate. And we'll see if if we can try to get him, if we get a good game out of him here today. He definitely will be a solid, kind of solidify his position there in the Heisman Trophy race, even though he is a redshirt sophomore. So Highland, as you see here on defense here today, we'll get the ball in the second half. LSU here, as they're ranked number 13th in the nation, so we got a top 25 battle here. Brendan now running this one here. He is stiff-arming one of our guys there, and I just laugh when I see that here in this game. Even though this game is old as it is, it still brings a little bit of humor to me at times when I see quarterbacks trying to stiff arm a 300-pound linebacker like it's nothing here. But Brennan drops back here, fires one up the middle there to Harrington, and Harrington gets a nice catch. Now, the trick, I guess, here that the OC, our former OC, Alan Lawrence, is trying to use, as now he's the head coach of LSU, he's trying this no-huddle offense here. And if you've been paying attention to the series so far this season, this no-huddle offense does not really work too well against a team like us. It takes us a while to figure out what we need to do, but nonetheless, at the end of the day, LSU may be shooting themselves in the foot here by just really putting too much pressure on their offense to move the ball down the field and get down the field, and not taking the time of selecting the right plays for their players and for their especially their quarterback throwing this much times. But of course, they're not helping us out either too much here, as we are trying to. They know, I guess, in this situation, they know that we don't have the best. We don't have too many decent backups to help us out to swap guys in and out. So that is something that we're going to have to watch out for. So on offense, we're going to have to really take our time with the ball. As you see, a 4th and 3 now here for LSU. And they're going to try to go for a field goal attempt here. So our job here offensively is going to be trying to run the ball as much as we possibly can here. And not to mention stay on the field as long as we can here to help our defense out, as they're going to be struggling here with fatigue in situations like what LSU is trying to start here. We got to try to prevent that by just taking our time with the ball and not going down the field too quickly or too easily. Or, at least not too quickly, I should say. We should be able to go down here and fill down pretty easily because we do have a better defense to LSU this season. But we just need to be taking our time there when we do go down the field and not necessarily march down the field at a quick pace. So we just got to find our pacing and just kind of do that throughout the game. So now 1st and 10 here for Reed and for the Scotties, as we'll see a run. Like I said, Coach Teddy Bonds here. At the beginning of the video here, he was interviewed about this game, and he was told, or at least he was said that this was going to be very important. We're going to have a running game here, making sure everybody does their part, does their work here, especially on the offensive line, and to help out the both running backs, Alexander and Davison. They're still splitting the carries here in this season here, and of course, after next week you do have a bye week. We should know, or at least have an idea of who is going to be our featured back. But if we don't, then we may continue being, splitting the carries here for the rest of the season. So now 1st and 10 here for number 3, Highland here, having the ball. And Alexander gets some good blocking down the field here. He's going to go down to the 40 as he's in LSU territory, as the Tigers cannot make a stop there. He gets a gain of 9 on that play. And we'll see if this will be continuing getting more positive yardage here. 2nd and 1 here for the Highland Scotties. As like I said, they're ranked number 3 in the nation. And we'll see a handoff there to Davison. Davison gets a good run there as he breaks a tackle. And that's a 5-yard carry for him for the 1st down. Like I said, Reed is one of those dark horses for the Heisman Trophy here this season, and we're hoping that he can bring me a Heisman Trophy this year. We have not won a Heisman since year 1. That was a kind of a fluke that Kason was able to get in there and get the win. Of course, a lot of people don't believe that the sophomore here should win it because he has not had much experience here, so they're not giving too much credit. But if you look at the game against Hawaii, he had a monster game and did a great job. Of course, Miami or Hawaii not the most well-known football team, but he did go out there and put on a show, and that's what's pretty much got him some attention here, at least locally there around the Highland area and around the surrounding area when it comes to college football. 1st and goal now here for Reed, as he's under center here. Play clock being ran down to 5. Davison here trying to look for the block, and he finds a hole and gets the touchdown. 3 yards on that touchdown. That is touchdown for the first touchdown of the day here for Davison, and that is Davison's 3rd of the season, and they lead it now 7-0. LSU now here back on offense here. Clark gets a nice catch. Jay Clark, 11 yards on the reception. And that is a first down for the tight end there. So now here you go again here and play it, or no huddle here for LSU. As Brandon's calling his team back onto the line here. Brandon throws one up the middle to Osborne. Osborne gets the catch, and again another first down for the Tigers as they're running this hellish no huddle offense. Like I said, running this no huddle offense constantly like this is not too good on their offensive line there. It's going to start wearing them down here, and that's going to affect them as Clark gets another catch, and again another first down for LSU, as LSU is doing a great job here offensively, not letting us get our right personnel out there. Of course, Coach Teddy Bonds does not want to call a timeout here. He's making his guys have to adjust here and play sometimes out of position. You see more right there on that tackle there on Osborne, as Osborne does get the catch for a gain of 4, making it now 2nd and 6. So we'll go now to a 2nd and 6. Again, no huddle still here for the LSU Tigers. Brennan out, drops back, fires this one there, and that is going to Nedley, as Nedley here gets the catch, and that's going to be a 9-yard reception for first. And so again, another no huddle for the Tigers, as again, this is not what Coach Bonds wants to deal with, but he knows this is something that they're going to do. If Nedley here gets another catch, and that's another first down for 11 yards here. We'll see if they'll try to score here on this drive. As you see, they already have 7 first downs here in today's game. Just doing a quick snap and throw here. And Starks here, not Starks, I believe. That is Russo gets the sack there on Brennan. Brennan, of course, one of the top quarterbacks here this season. And, of course, he's being mentioned upon a lot of people winning maybe a couple of awards here, as he's been very successful here at LSU here in the last couple of seasons. I believe he's a junior here. So, of course, he can easily go to – I can see him being a late first round, maybe an early second round pick in the upcoming draft. Brandon now throws this one up there to Page. Page gets the catch. Brandon Page gets his first reception of the day there, as a halfback is trying to find any way to get his numbers up here today, as we've been pretty much kind of keeping them quiet when it comes to the running game. And you see LSU gets a field goal, and they put themselves on the board here now with a field goal kick, making it now 7-3. So trailing now by 4 here with a minute 25 left here in the first quarter. We'll see Davison trying to get out of the backfield there, but a giant wall of Tigers right there pouncing on him. A nice stop there from Lawrence Williams on that play. Loss of 2 on that. Go now to a 2nd and 12. Under a minute left here in the first quarter. Reed here hands off to Alexander. Alexander gets caught up in that shoestring tackle. Nice job there from the defender. And that's going to be getting them back to the original line of scrimmage on that play. 3rd and 10. Just 25 seconds left here in the first quarter here for the Scotties here in LSU. As we'll see, a nice pass there to Ramirez, and Ramirez drops the football, and that is the first turnover of the day. That is not like Ramirez to drop the football. Let's take a look at the replay here. We'll see what happened here. He grabs the football there, and then looks like he gets bumped there and just does not secure it very well. But Coach, I've been told now, Coach Teddy Bonds looks like he's going to try to challenge this one here. Maybe he was down before he dropped the football. Nah, it doesn't look like that angle there. This one's not a good angle there. Let's see here. This one. Oh, that one. Yeah, that one's kind of close. But they say the ruling is going to stay, as the call on the field is going to remain a fumble. So tough break there from Ramirez in the offensive line. We'll see a quick pass play there to Watson for LSU, as Starks tries to bring him down, but Watson keeps his legs moving, and he gets 11 yards on the play for the first. As there's 10 seconds left here, Brennan 12 of 13, 94 yards here in today's game. We'll see what he can do here. He's trying to get that line back on the line of scrimmage here. Brennan now throws one up the middle there to Clark, and Clark cannot hold on to it as the defense gets in there and breaks it up. 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. 2nd and 10. As Brennan now drops back for LSU, and he decides to scramble, calls his own number instead, and that ball's going to be popped out by Sam Fowler there, and he will get the turnover as Morris picks that one up and takes it back, but cannot advance the ball too far, and that's how the first half is going to, or the first quarter is going to end, actually. So we get the ball after a turnover, no call or no review from LSU. Reed now drops back, throws one up the middle there to Ramirez on the same exact play. This time Ramirez able to hold on to the football for the first. First and 10 here for the Highland Scotties as Reed here hands this one off to Davison. Davis is going to run this one up the middle, but only gains 3 yards on the play as he is having a so-so day here. He's just about 4 yards a carry here in this one. 7 carries, 30 yards so far here in today's game, and of course a touchdown. Handoff now to Alexander. Alexander trying to show what he can do and try to maybe stay as the feature back here for us as he gets a couple yards on that carry. 3rd and 1 now, crucial 3rd down, as we'll see Jackson in motion. The backup tight end here. We'll see Alexander here try to go off to the side there, but cannot get around the edge, as that's a nice job there, a nice stop there from the defense, grabbing him on that play. So they decide to go here on 4th and 1. Coach says it's on me. So they're at midfield here. And we'll see what they're going to go call here. It looks like it could be a running play again. Alexander's in the backfield. Play clock's running down to 6. Handoff to Alexander. Alexander's turning on the boosters here. Gets past the 50 and gets the first down. Nice job on that carry. 1st and 10 now. 5:45 left here in the first half. Reed here, play action here from him. He drops back looking, fires this one up the middle there to Little. And Little gets the catch for a gain of 21 on the play. And you see they're celebrating there. And that was a good play. Usually that play is usually being the call there to Ramirez. So now 1st and 10 after a new set of downs here. Reed drops back. Play action here. Reed decides to call his own number instead. Reed slides. And that's going to be a gain of 8 on the play. Nice job there from Reed as we go down to a 2nd and 2. As he and the Skies are here in the red zone. Are getting, we're in the red zone here, trying to get into the end zone. 3rd and 2. Reed drops back here, looks, fires this one off to the left-hand side to Godfrey, the sophomore, who's been pretty quiet here this season. He's had a couple good, decent games here, but he has not had a breakout, really a breakaway game here so far this season. As we're hoping that he can avoid that sophomore slump. Unlike his spectacular freshman year, he's a great catch there for Ramirez as he tips toes right into the end zone. Touchdown, Highland Scotties, 17 yards on that catch. And that is Ramirez's first touchdown of the day. And I believe that is touchdown number 5 for him this season, as he just tiptoes and gets right to the pylon there on that play. Now we see here LSU. Now Brennan here throws this one up there. That's going to be thrown to Clark. Clark, the big tight end, gets the catch. And that is a first down. But wait a minute, there's a flag on the field here. It's going to be on offense on Michael Watson. And that is going to be a holding call. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Puts them on their own 37-yard line. It's still 1st and 10. As you see, Alan Lawrence not liking that one at all. Making letting the umpire know that he does not like that call. Regardless, here 1st and 10, we'll see a play there for the QB, and the QB is going to take off as Brennan gets a nice run there. Miles Brennan, 18 yards on that rush, as that's going to be a new set of downs for the Bengal Tigers. 1st and 10 here for LSU, and we'll see the quarterback here play action. Brennan throws off to the right-hand side, throws that one to Clark, but Clark cannot keep his hands, or cannot get his hands on the ball. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now. Brennan here running this one here as Moore's going to track him down like a beast on a harmless prey. Brings him down for only a gain of 5. Now 3rd and 5, and Yancey gets the catch, and Yancey's going to try to advance this ball, but it's going to be a turnover on LSU. Nice job there from Yancey reading that play very well. Snags the ball out of the air. A little hurdle there. I hit the button, score button, or the triangle button just a little too much. And there you see we do get possession of the football. So now new set of downs here for the side of the Scotties here as they now have possession after the turnover. Alexander getting a gain of 5 on the play, making a now a 5-yard or second and 5. Now we go to a 3rd and 6. We'll see Little in motion as he's going to go from the right side of your screen to your left. And we'll see here what they're going to be calling now, as there's a bit of a change of the play there. Reed now looks down the field here. Reed is looking for a block here. Reed gets out of bounds there at the 40 inside the Bengal Tigers territory, as he has now 2 carries for 17 yards here today's game. Minute 23 left here, here in the first half. 14-3 here. Highland leads this one here as the number 3 team in the nation, taking on LSU, number 13. Reed in play action here. Reed looking down the field. Reed finds his tight end, Ramirez, and that is going to be a catch. A gain of 23 there. And now Ramirez has over 70 yards reception now and 4 catches here today. Go now to a 1st and 10. Minute 3 left here in the first half. Reed drops back here, fires one up the middle there to Godfrey, and Godfrey gets the catch. And that's a gain of 11. Actually 12 probably, I would believe, for the first. 1st and goal here, 45 seconds left here in the first half. Trying to see if they can get a score here as Little's going to come in closer to the offensive line. See, looks like some audibles being called here from Reed as there's 2 seconds left here on the play clock. We'll see a pass up the middle there to Godfrey, and Godfrey gets the catch. Touchdown, Scotties. That's a 6-yard reception there from Godfrey, and that is touchdown number 6 for Godfrey this season. And as you see there, LSU, so far, they've got some good teamwork here, but have not turn that good teamwork into some points. They've only got 3 points so far here in this day's game. 1st and 10 here, ball in the 20s, or ball there inside the 20 of LSU, as that's a good stop there. Nice job there breaking up that play. 25 seconds left here in the first half. Man in motion there for LSU. Brandon now drops back. Decides to call his own number instead. Finds the 1st down marker, gets to it, and gets a gain of 12 on the play. Nice run there from him, and a nice tackle there from Moore, but unfortunately Moore cannot stop him getting that first. 20 seconds left here in the first half. Brennan drops back, throws a screen pass there to Page. Page going down the field here. Page is get to the 44-yard line for a gain of 7 yards there, as he's been very quiet rushing-wise, but has made some noise receiving here today. We're just trying to put up any kind of numbers for him to keep his name in consideration for the Heisman. 2nd and 3, 14 seconds left here. Brennan here calling some audibles here, moves the tight end around here. So Page gets another catch there. Nice job. But unfortunately, it's going to be a loss of a yard there on the play. And we'll see them call their last time out. Highland starting to back off here now. 3rd and 4. We'll see here a deep pass here. This one's going to go deep. This is going to go up. And that's going to be caught by Nedley. Oh, my goodness. Great throw there and a great catch to Manny as he gets that one in there. And the Bengal Tigers are back on the board here. They're back in this game here now. It's going to be a 21-10 ball game to end the half. Talk about momentum here going into the second half. Now, to be quite honest, you guys, this play really just irked me because here in another episode here soon, I don't know when this episode is going to be coming out, but in another series I'm doing on the second channel, they're on for the Stanford Cardinals. It's against, of course, of all teams, against Oregon. The same type of play happens. I will let you guys know that ahead of time. So I actually played this. I actually played the Oregon game first, the Oregon and Stanford game first, and then play this. And I could not believe that happened to me twice in one setting between two different teams. Two teams I'm controlling, and it happens. I'm like, and against two different teams at that, or I'm playing against. And I'm thinking, like, what are the odds of that happening? What are the odds? So, yeah, that was not the way I wanted the first half to end there defensively. But nonetheless, they're back in this ball game here. As you see the numbers there for the first half. Not a half that you want to go into with them with that kind of momentum. Godfrey now has the return here, trying to get this one near the 20, and he's going to be somewhere stopped near the 16. He got 19 yards on that return. So here we go now, 1st and 10 here for the Highland Scotties as they'll get the ball here, start off the first half. Godfrey in motion there off to your left-hand side now. And we'll see the play clock going down to 3. Reed here is going to take off here. He's going to look, finds the Godfrey up the middle there. And that's going to be a great play there from the sophomore. Nice catch and run there from him. And he's actually been doing a great job here of catching the football here this season, I've noticed. As Davidson here now trying to get out of the backfield there, but he only gains a yard on that play. 3rd and 9 here for LSU as they're taking, or I should say 3rd and 9 for the Highland Scotties taking on LSU here today. And we'll see a play action here. Of course, LSU does not want to lose this game after they lost to NC State last week. And Ramirez trying to make sure of that here as he gets punched out there near the 25. A nice catch and run from him. That's going to be a new set of downs for the Highland Scotties. Scotties number 3 in the nation here, 21-10. Reed drops back here in play action. Reed throws this one up there to Godfrey. Godfrey gets the catch. Godfrey getting into the end zone, or getting to the red zone there at the 10. 1st and goal here for the Highland Scotties. Reed in the backfield along with Alexander. We'll see, this might be a running play of some sorts here. Jackson in motion there. Yep, it's going to be a running play to Alexander. And oh, nice stop there from the defense. How did they get back there so quick? As the defense, our offensive line, this season, they've been struggling a lot here. And if we win games like this, you got to tip your hat to them. They have been trying to do, trying to be decent here. But, a lot of our guys don't have backups to help them out here. So a lot of them are playing the game, I'm trying to swap guys out. I have it set up where they come out periodically. But, yeah, this is not the, been doing a great job here as we do get the touchdown. Alexander's first touchdown of the day. I believe that is rushing touchdown number 2 for him actually this season. As we lead it now 28-10. But our offensive line is really struggling there. They're gonna be struggling for quite some time now. That's why we're trying to bring some recruits in here, and we'll talk more about that in a future episode here on the channel. But we'll see a no huddle now from LSU again here. I guess they feel like it's going to still continue. I guess in their mind, I guess it works for them. But 2nd and 11 here for Brennan. He drops back in the pocket here. Can't find nobody there. Everybody's pretty much covered, but yet he's going to get sacked there. He should have threw away that football as Jason Miller comes in. First tackle for loss, and first sack of the day here from Miller. As he has been he's been kind of a really good player here this season here in the last couple of games now. Getting in there and getting hold of the QB on the defensive side of the ball. 3rd and 18 now here for the Highland Scotties as we'll see a man in motion, or I should say for LSU here. And we'll see Brennan here. He's looking down the field here. He sees a QB or a spy looking right at him. That is Moore. And that's a great stop there from the defense as now it's going to be a 4th and 18. And, of course, they'll be forced to punt. So now 1st and 10 here for the Highland Scotties as they get the ball here on their own 40. Or, on their own 30, there. And we'll see now a handoff there to Davison. Trying to get some good blocking there, but no. That is going to be a loss of a yard there. And nice stop there from Tyler Taylor on their top backs there in this defense. Definitely going to be a guy we could probably see in the NFL at some point here. 2nd and 11. Reed drops back here, finds Little, and Little gets the catch. And that's a 10-yard reception there for Little. 3rd and 1 here for him. 3rd and 1 now for the Highland Scotties. 28-10 is your ball game right now. See what they can do here. Looks like they're going to probably run the ball here to be on the safe side. Play clock running down to 7. Davison gets there, but then they generously, I don't see how they give it to him, but they generously give him the first down. New set of downs for Highland, as that's going to be a new 1st and 10 as they say he got that 1 yard that they needed. First and 10 for the Highland Scotties. As we'll see, hand this one off to Davison. Davison stay on the inside there and gets a gain of 4 on the play for a 2nd and 6. So 2nd and 6 now here for the Highland Scotties. Scotties trying to really open up this ball game here now. As we'll see what they can do. Reed now drops back here, throws up the middle there to Little. Little gets a great catch for a gain of 15 on the play. Puts him there at the 15-yard line there in Bengals territory. LSU Tigers here now trying to stop Davison, and they do so, getting him only a yard on the play as he has 13 carries and 26 yards, and of course 1 rushing touchdown here today. He scored the first touchdown of the day. 3rd and 9 here for Reed, as Godfrey's there in motion there. Kind of mention him there, but I meant to say Reed. But Godfrey in motion there, moves from the left to the right side of your screen. Reed drops back here, and Reed can't find nobody. He's trying to take off, but he gets snagged, and that's a loss of 4 on the play. That's a sack for LSU. They're only sacked so far here in today's game on our QB. 4th and 12 now here, as Coach Teddy Bond says, go for it here. We'll see what they're going to do here. We'll see what kind of play they're going to call. They're going to call play action. Looks up. There's going to find Ramirez. Ramirez gets a catch. Ramirez could get in the end zone, but for whatever reason, Ramirez veers off and gets to the 1-yard line there. I don't know if he lost his balance or he was overexcited, but he should have been in the end zone there. But he tiptoes out of the near the 1-yard line. He should have his 2nd touchdown here for today. 1st and 10, or 1st and goal now here. Hand this one off to Davison. Davison breaks a tackle, gets in the end zone, touchdown. But wait a minute, there is a flag being called on the field. And it's going to be on the offense there, and it's going to be on Aaron Robinson, the wide receiver, I believe the freshman wide receiver there. So he's making some plays there that you expect from a freshman there on the offensive line. This close of the goal line there. He's got to really have to clean that up. 1st and goal here. Davis in here trying to run on the outside there. Gets stopped near the 10-yard line. And he gets only a gain of 2 on the play there for him. His average now dropped from 4 yards a carry to 2 now. So now 2nd and goal here for the Highland Skies. They're in the I formation. We'll see maybe a pass in this situation. Now 2nd and goal, I would imagine. Reed's going to drop back here. Fires this one to Little. Little trying to get to the to the goal line there. And he is going to be just stopped there just at the 1 yard mark. So now 3rd and goal here for the Scotties. 6:06 left here in the 4th quarter. Reed hands this one off to Davison, and Davison gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Scotties. And that is Davison's 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. And that is his 4th of the season. So now 1st and 10 now for LSU. 35-10 is your ball game here. Brennan now drops back here. Miles looking down the field here. Throws this one up there. That is going to be stopped by Blanchard, as that's going to be deflected. It should have been picked off, in my opinion, but it's going to be deflected there on the play. 2nd and 10 for Miles again. Throws this one up there to Netherlands, and there you see gets a 10-yard reception and gets a new set of downs here. Rio has over 160 yards down here in today's game. See now 1st and 10 now as they call no huddle once again here from LSU. Trying to keep the defense unbalanced here for the Scotties, as Brandon's going to take it down there for a sack. Loss of a yard there on the play. Nice stop there from Olsen as he gets his first sack, tackle of a loss here in that play. 2nd and 11 now here for the Highland Scotties, for LSU. Tigers here trying to get back on the line. Man in motion, tight end there. I believe that's Clark. Brandon now here throws him up to Page. Page gets some good blocking. Page gets down the field and gets 9 yards on the reception, and just shy of the 1st down marker. They're going to go for it here on 3rd and 2. Again, no huddle here. Sam Fowler now has 5 tackles here in today's game. We'll see Brandon here now calls his own number, and Olsen try to get the tackle on the QB before he can throw it off, but Page gets the carry and gets 8 on the play for the first. 1st and 10 here for LSU. Again, no huddle being called. Getting their guys on the line here as quickly as possible. Defense is struggling out there for the Highland Scotties. 5 minutes left here to play. Brennan drops back, throws the one up the middle there to Clark. Clark gets the reception. And Jay Clark, 10 yards on the play here today on that one. Again, another 1st down for LSU. 4:45 left here. 2nd and inches. Pass play up there. That's going to be thrown away. No one can get to that play right there. Intended there for Collins of LSU. 3rd and inches now here for the QB. Brennan of LSU. He's going to hand this off to Page. Page gets to the 1st down marker, and then Collins for the Scotties brings down for the tackle. But too late to do anything there as he does get the first. 1st and 10 here. Now no huddle again for LSU. Brennan now drops back in the pocket. Throws this one off to the left-hand side there to Page. And Page gets out of bounds there. Incomplete pass there for the halfback. Go now to a 2nd and 10. Brennan now drops back here. Fires this one there to Clark. Clark bounces off a tackle and gets to the 22-yard line for the 1st down. Clark has now 4 catches, 47 yards. I believe they're trying to set him up for a touchdown here. Highland Scotties got to try to prevent that. 1st and 10 here. Highland Scotties really don't know what to call at this point here. As again, Clark's in motion. Brandon drops back here. Throws this one there to Clark again, but he cannot hold on to it. Incomplete pass is going to be a 2nd and 10. So now 2nd and 10 here. We'll see Brandon now drops back in the pocket. Brandon now runs this one here himself. He gets hit hard. Nice stop there for the defense. And there you see him trying to shake that one off there, as he is now calling his team back onto the line here for another no huddle. 3rd and 3 here for LSU. They hand this one off to Page. Page again gets the football. Page gets into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU. They're back in this ball game now here, 35-17. And you see they're just doing a great job here of just really making us play the defense they want us to play in that situation on that drive. We'll see now with the onside kick here from LSU. Stone will get the ball, and we have pretty decent field position now here as we're on the other side of the 50 in Tigers territories. We'll see Reed now calls his own number here, going down the field. Ooh, big hit there, but he gets only back to the line of scrimmage there as Sidney Archer gets the hit and the tackle there on the QB. And that's just going to bring us back to the original line of scrimmage. No position moved on the ball. So now 2nd and 10. Reed here now looking to see what he can do. Maybe possibly see a big pass play here in this situation. Play clock running down to 8. Reed play action, looking down the field here. Looks down the middle there, and oh, Tyler sees his eyes and see where he's throwing at there. Interception for LSU. And now LSU could have a shot now here to get back in this ball game with a decent drive there. Don't know what he was doing or what he was thinking there, but it looks like he was trying to get to Robinson, who was wide open, but just didn't put a good arc did not arc that pass too well. Brandon now here running this one here. He's trying to get out of the backfield there, but he will lose a yard or 2 yards on that play as Miller gets a hold of him again. Now 2 tackles for loss and 2 sacks there from Miller. 3rd and 12 now for Brennan and the LSU Tigers. This pass going to Osborne, and Osborne holds on to it but cannot move and advance the ball. So they're going to go for here now, 4th down. 4th and 3. Brennan drops back here, throws this one there to Nidley, and oh, that's going to be a turnover on downs as he was too worried about getting the football and running instead of catching the football and running. So after a turnover now on downs, Reed here for the Scotties now trying to take off here with his own, calling his own number here. He get down the field, gets pushed out near the 20, looks like the 24-yard line for 23-yard line for the 2nd and 2. So nice 8-yard carry there from him. As we go now, 2nd and 2, Godfrey in motion, going for the left to your right side of your screen. Reed drops back here, looking down the field, throws this one up there. That's going to be batted away by C.J. Dukes. Nice deflection there. Thank God he doesn't have any hands. So now we go to a 3rd and 2. Try to convert here on this 3rd down. See a pass there up the middle there to Robinson, and this time he connects with them. Touchdown, Highland Scotties. Jasper Reed, 286 yards, 3 touchdowns, and of course an interception here in this game as Robinson gets his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season, and it puts it now to a 42-17 ball game. 1st and 10 here for Brennan as he tries to throw this one there. Nice stop there from Reggie Owens, nice deflection. Brennan can't connect with his receiver there. Now 2nd and 10. After that deflection, he'll try to see if they can do it again here. Brennan drops back, fires this one to Page on the screen pass there. Moore try to bring him down, and Blanchard try to bring him down. Page gets away from the defender, but gets out of bounds and only gets 8 on the play. Brennan now here, snaps the ball, throws one to McCarthy. McCarthy runs this one, and he gets pulled down. And Luke McCarthy gets only 6 yards on the reception. 223 yards so far for the day for Miles Brennan. 1 touchdown and, of course, 1 interception. 1st and 10 here for LSU. Brennan here calling his own number instead, and he's going to get taken down for a loss there. Another 2-yard loss there on the QB. Another sack for the Highland Scotties defense. 3rd and 12. Page now gets his number called. Blanchard trying to bring him down and finally getting wrapped up and gains a couple yards on the play. Put him now at a crucial 4th and 7. What is Coach Allen Lawrence is going to do? Well, decides to punt the ball instead. So now we'll see a 1st and 10 here from Reed as we'll see a play action. Reed taking off here, throwing this one. Ooh, across his body there. Do not be doing that there, Reed. As we should be just running the football here, but for whatever reason, Reed has now changed the play. And he is going to go here on 2nd and 10. Reed drops back here in the pocket, looking there deep, throws this one up there, and that's going to be from C.J. Dukes, who picks it off. What is Reed doing? And Reed is probably going to get an earful here from his coach, as that is the second interception now here, the 3rd turnover now in today's game. Highland leads it now 42-17. You're just giving LSU a chance here to get back in this ball game as Clark there breaks off a tackle and gets an 11-yard reception for the 1st. He's getting near 60 yards down here in today's game. It's 42-17 here, 33 seconds left. Brennan here throws this one to Page. Page there running this one down the field, but gets caught and only gets a gain of 8 on the play, and LSU is going to call a quick timeout. I don't know why they're calling a timeout for, just maybe trying to put some points on the board here, but we'll see a pass up the middle there to Nedley. Nedley's going to get this catch, and he's going to be stopped at the 2 for a 1st down, as he has now over 100 yards now here in today's game and 1 receiving touchdown. 1st and goal, 22 seconds left here. LSU still has 1 timeout remaining. Highland has all 3. Brennan here now, hand this off to Page, and Page gets into the end zone. Touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown here today. And we'll see an onside kick now here from LSU as we'll put our hands team out there. Jackson tries to advance the football here, and they say he does not get a return as it's 42-24. Reed now here, 1st and 10. Hopefully he will be following coach's advice here and just run the football. But it does not look like that's going to be the case here as Reed here scrambles here, looks down the field here, throws this one up there to Robinson, and Robinson gets the catch, and Highland, or I should say Reed, calls a quick timeout. What is he doing? 1st and 10, 6 minutes left here, 42-24. 6 seconds left, I should say. Reed drops back here, fires this one up the middle there to Little, and gets the touchdown. Touchdown, Highland Scotties. And Reed gets his 4th touchdown of the day. He has 2 interceptions and well over 250 yards here today as they put another score on the board here. It's going to be a 49-24 ball game with 3 seconds left. This last 2 minutes of this game has been wild. 3 seconds left here. LSU has a shot here to get a touchdown here. We've seen it before at half. We'll see a quick screen pass there to Page. Weaver there to bring him down. Weaver cannot bring him down, but another Scotty does. That's a 9-yard reception, and that is your ball game as Highland Scotties get the win here at LSU in a big one here. 49-24 is your final score. 20 of 25, 333, 4 touchdowns, 5 carries, 21 yards rushing for Reed. He's your player of the game, even though I don't know what his okay, I will tell you guys why I was doing that. I was really trying to put it towards the LSU. I hate them. After what they did to us 2 or 3 seasons ago, I was really trying to make a statement there, especially with Reed. And now as I think about it here, I should have just ran the ball. I shouldn't have given him that chance here. It should have been 42-17, but I was so mad that we missed that opportunity with Robinson, because Robinson was wide open, and it was my fault. I did not arc the pass deep enough for him to get it to him. And Taylor, I had to tip my hat to Taylor. He's a great linebacker in this game, and he was just a monster. I cannot believe he jumped up that well up there. And that's one of the things that just really irked me. So that's what we had to go for it again with Robinson towards the end there. We had to throw it deep because Robinson is just one of those great freshman receivers that we were able to get this past year during the offseason, where he is just he's undetectable. No one's keeping an eye on him at all, and I'm going to start setting up plays, maybe even have some get him involved even more so the rest of the season. But then again, I might just go ahead and keep him there, and just keep him as a kind of like a release valve for us. But yeah, Reed, your player of the game there, 4 touchdowns. He has now 20 touchdowns for the season and 8 interceptions. He had 1 sack here today. He was 20 of 25, 333. Davison, 16 carries, 40 yards, 2 touchdowns. He has now 4 touchdowns for the season. Alexander, 9 carries, 41 yards. He has now 2 rushing touchdowns for the season. Godfrey, 6 receptions, 77 yards, a touchdown. He has 6 now for the season. Little had 6 receptions, 57 yards, and now 5 touchdowns, as he had 1 here today. Ramirez also had 1 touchdown in the game. He had 127 yards and 6 receptions. He has now his 5th of the season. And like I said, Robinson, I love the guy. 2 receptions, 72 yards, and a touchdown. We got to get him more involved in the passing game here. As our top defensive guys, Fowler, he was 7 tackles, tackle for loss, and a sack in the game. Moore had 6 tackles there. You see some of the LSU players there. I'm not going to really get into their numbers. You guys can just take a look at that. But as for Russo, for us, 3 tackles, tackle for loss, a sack. Miller, 2 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks in the game. And I'm really impressed with that young man right there. He has been really good. Really been helping out Russo, too, in his game. Because Russo, he was kind of one of those guys I was really excited about picking up. He's a local kid. And now having help with Miller and some of the other players there on that defensive line has been really helpful with his game and his abilities there on the field. You look at the rest of the numbers here for LSU. I mean, you got to tip your hat to these. I mean, these guys are just great players. This was a fun game to play. I don't care. I know there was interceptions out of the wazoo, but this is the type of game that was fun. But according to you'll see here in a bit, according to some of the people, a lot of people are not believing the hype of Reed, not living up to the hype. Highlands QB Reed looks like a sure thing, but is proving otherwise. I don't understand. He has the most touchdowns. He has the decent QB quarterback rating. He has the most passing yards this year. He has over 1,600 passing yards. By far the best in NCAA right now. I would say the only thing that's probably hurting him getting any type of reward this year will probably be his interceptions. He does have the most. He has 8 for the season, but we can easily change that. I mean, look at his ratio. 20 touchdowns to 8 interceptions this year. That's a pretty decent ratio. May not be the best. May not be, I guess, Heisman stats, but you know, it is what it is. It may, I mean, maybe he has his experience. He's only a redshirt sophomore, but we can change that very easily. We do have a bye week coming up here. We'll get into that. We'll look at the stats, numbers, all that kind of stuff, see what's going on around NCAA. But most importantly, we're going to, you know, just kind of look at what's going on here with our team and talk about the next couple of games coming up and what we've done so far this season. So stay tuned for the Highland Scotties Scotty Sports Talk here. That'll be the next video here on the channel for this series, and just stay tuned for that. That should be coming up here very, very soon. As always, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed today's episode. But don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. Hit that sub button, or hit that bell notification so you guys be notified of this series or any other series here on the channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord. The links are down below in the description. Check out, if you guys want to see the complete series from the very beginning, look down below. There should be a link there to the playlist for this series, and you guys can catch it from the very beginning if you happen to join us here. But also, too, check us out on Patreon. We do have a Patreon page, so if you'd like to be a Patreon member, that's a great way to follow the channel. And not to mention, a great way if you want to be a part of this series particular. There's some ways you guys can do that, and you guys can check that out there on Patreon. But as for the rest, as for this episode, that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for more here on the channel as Highland Scotties is getting ready for week 5. We've got a bye week. Of course, after this bye week, we go right into the Big 12 play. First game is against Baylor, and we'll have a little bit of a preview of that maybe in the next video. So stay tuned for that and much more here on the channel. As always, keep yourselves and each other healthy. Wear a mask, stay safe, and I will see you guys next time.